rebels and troublemakers to stand out. Marginalized with voices making us so proud. For identity in the industry, we all shout. So many women empowered making their own.
This show, this concept of women who are married to problematic exes, I was like, oh, I was married to a problematic white ex, and I would love to like work my, the time that I accidentally hit him with his own car into like this story. Like I would love to
season 2
all of that. Season 2.
System try to charge her for speaking up. Left behind speeding up. Passing not even enough. Needed no introduction, but she got a theme song.
Hey, Nikki Freeman, we are back with our podcast. How you been?
Not too bad. Things are good.
We are here to promote a series that is coming from WOCU Productions. So for those who don't know, we actually have a non-profit production company, and we are very excited about that. Our very first vertical series, and we're going to talk about it. So today we have 2 of the 3 writers. Interestingly, one used to be my assistant and one is my assistant. First of all, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Cheryl L. Bedford. I'm the founder of Women of Color Unite. I'm also a producer and a line producer, and I've been in this business a really long time because I'm old and gorgeous. But anyway, and my partner in crime, who always has bail money when we go out, is Nikki Freeman.
I'm Nikki Freeman. I am on the board of WOCU. I am also a producer, line producer. I am in the PGA, DGA, and IA. And no, that is not the Professional Golf Association. That is the Producers Guild of America. And hi.
You're also our director of community engagement as well.
I am. I'm also the director of community engagement. So if anybody wants to get engaged, call me.
So we are here with Nikki Bailey and Jordan Kauwling, who are 2 of the 3 writers for our vertical series, which is called The Ex-Wives Club. So we're going to tell you more about it. But why don't we start off with introducing? Tell us a little bit about yourself, Nikki Bailey.
Hi, I'm Nikki Bailey. I am a writer, actor, comedian, occasional filmmaker, and just all around multi-hyphenate because I do everything. And I have been a member of Women of Color Unite since, like 2020, 21? I don't remember. But I was Cheryl's assistant and had a wonderful experience learning about the entertainment industry through WOCU. Participating in Start With 8. I got my job as a showrunner assistant through Start With 8. And yeah, I just love WOCU. And I'm happy to be here.
Next up is Jordan Kauwling. Hey, Jordan.
Hello. My name is Jordan Kauwling. I am a WOCU member, a proud WOCU member, and Cheryl's current assistant. And I am also a screenwriter. I am an audio storyteller, and I'm a podcast producer by day.
So, Jordan, why don't you tell us how the Ex-Wives Club came to be? Because I think it's an interesting story.
Yeah, so if you are a WOCU member, we have this thing called the Mighty Network, and you just got to be on there. You have to be on there and be engaged with it, because I was, and I just so happened one day, actually last year on Juneteenth, I saw that we were having a Zoom mixer, virtual cocktails. Now, I don't drink, but I do love a good Zoom session. I do love hot goss. So I was like, let me join this. We got in there, we got in the room, and we started talking about, this industry and how, hard it can be sometimes to create. And Cheryl mentioned to the group of lovely women who were on this call that we don't need permission to create. We can create our own thing. And that was really the genesis of where the Ex-Wives Club vertical series began.
It was Who Has Ideas? Nikki Bailey was there. And I was like, hey, Nikki Bailey, head writer, you're in charge of the writer's room. She was like, oh, okay.
And then I got the idea for Club, and um, I have been diving deep in vertical series for a while now. They seem to be what everybody's doing at the moment since the industry's kind of slowed down. Vertical series are everywhere. They're all over the casting sites. They're all over the job boards. So I've been diving deep on them, watching them, and some of them are really, really bad. And I thought we need to make one really, really good. And so we did. We got together, and Jordan, Teresa, and I uh, wrote the series. We had a great time in the writers' room together and worked really wonderfully. And then WOCU made magic happen, and it got produced and created, and now people are going to see it, and I can't wait.
We are very excited too. So this platform that we are on is what we used. Shout out to our producer and our editor. They actually have credit as our technical producers. Nwabata and Lauren, thank you, thank you, thank you. We could not have done this without you guys. So, lots and lots of love there. And I'm sure people really want to know. So, Nikki Bailey, what did you really think about being my assistant?
Nobody wants to know that. They want to know about the series.
You see what's on my face? I want to know.
I had a wonderful experience being your assistant. You really took care of me. You showed me the ropes. You helped me learn a lot about the industry, and I will be forever grateful for that.
Why don't you tell us about your idea and what the Ex-Wives Club is about?
The Ex-Wives Club is about 4 women who are in a support group for women of color who had been married to and are divorcing their white husbands. And it's their support group talking about how they're getting each other through their divorce process, how they're getting themselves through starting to date again, what comes up when their exes get married. And so it's just sort of this opportunity to see 4 women loving and supporting each other through a hard time. And it's funny um, and just a lovely sort of sisterhood of women. And we had a really good time writing these characters and coming up with them.
Jordan, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, this was my first writer's room. So going into it, I didn't know what to expect. And Nicci, as the showrunner, was just incredibly impeccable, incredibly informative and dynamic, and just did an amazing job. The story that we're telling over the course of this season, this is an idea that came from Nicci. We had a pitch call and we were throwing all kinds of ideas at the wall, and this is the one that really, I think, with everyone, really resonated the most. So yeah, it was an absolute dream to work with Nicci and Teresa to just really bring these characters to life, to be able to kind of like see the ebbs and flows of the season and where we were going to land. It was just such a wonderful learning experience. And Cheryl, what you've taught me as your assistant, you've taught me like the nuts and bolts, but what you've really taught me is how to navigate this world as a Black woman. I am a Black woman and I know how to navigate this world, but you've taught me something that is had such an impact on my life, because you're not afraid to stand in the gap. You're not afraid to be the only one speaking up in a room where everyone has their heads down or their heads in the sand. You're not afraid to be the angry Black woman, or the quote unquote angry Black woman. And that's really been something that I will cherish for the rest of my life. Learning that from you and then extrapolating that to WOCU. I've learned that from all of you. I've learned that from Nicci, from both of the Niccis on this call. I've learned that from Teresa, and I've learned that from everyone within the network. So I'm just so grateful to be a part of something that's so damn wonderful.
Yeah, and shout out to Teresa Bennett, who can't be here today. She had something come up with her family. Family always comes first. As somebody who's been away helping out my family in Baltimore. So shout out to her. You guys have been amazing. You are all.
I will say, wait, I'm going to interrupt you. I will say, I have to agree with Jordan. Cheryl has taught us for it to be okay to cuss a motherfucker out. Oops, did I say that? Um, yeah,
Yeah,
good on you,
I'm
Cheryl.
gonna jump on the bandwagon and say, because I got my job through Women of Color Unite as a showrunner assistant, one thing I knew going into it was that I didn't have to be afraid of how I was going to be treated. I didn't have to be afraid of whether or not I was going to have to stand up for myself, because I knew I had the backing and the support of Cheryl and Women of Color Unite. Like, I knew that you all had my back, and I could walk into that job and not be afraid of getting fired, not being afraid of doing the wrong thing, because I knew I had a sisterhood behind me, really having my back. And that was how I learned how to be a showrunner. And that is all because of Women of Color Unite and this organization and Cheryl's hard work.
I do want to say one thing about the angry Black woman. I learned a long time ago that they use the angry Black woman, aggressive Black woman trope to shut us up. So whenever anybody goes to say, you're an angry Black woman, you're being aggressive, I'm like, hey, you don't do something racist, sexist, colorist, sizist, fat phobic, ageist, ableist, homophobic, or transphobic, and we cool. You do any of them, and I'm gonna light you up like the motherfucking 4th of July. People tell us that. They call us angry and aggressive to silence our voices. And I'm way too goddamn Black and old to be silenced. So, yeah, with that, let's play a game. Yes.
Let's play a game.
I'm nervous
Okay.
about this game. What is this game?
This game is I do, I don't, or it depends. And we're going to ask you a series of questions and about being in the writer's room. And you can tell us you do, you don't, or it depends. And it's simple. We're not going to ask you anything hard. So should we start with number one? I write scenes out of order.
I don't.
Jordan?
I do, but can I explain myself?
Yes.
I like to I have a weird brain, and so I like to reverse engineer things. So I don't know if this is the right way to do it, and it probably isn't, but I like to say I would like to land here, or I would like the character to land here with this realization, and let me backpedal my behind back to how we even got there. So I do it.
And I do it the exact opposite. I don't necessarily know where it's going, but I let the characters tell me as I write and go along.
Okay, moving on to the next one. I rewrite dialogue while half asleep.
I do. I get the best ideas when I'm falling asleep, and I have to jump up. I keep a notebook by the side of the bed. I have to jump up and write it down.
I would say I would like to do that, but I also have a notes app that's just this long note of like just doesn't make sense at all. So I would love to be able to keep some kind of rhyme or reason in order, like Nicci obviously has, but the
well, it makes sense to you,
would
right?
be trash. Yeah.
All right, next question. Let's see. Ooh, I keep old drafts just in case.
I do. Absolutely. You have to. You have to, because you never know when something old that you wrote that maybe you discarded is actually really gold and you might need to use it. So you keep every draft. I have dozens of drafts of things that I've written.
Jordan?
Yeah, I agree. I do as well. Sometimes something's not working and you just got to put it to bed. And sometimes you have to come back to it at a later date, and all of a sudden everything is just clicking. So yeah, I agree.
Okay. Next one. And just FYI, everybody, this game was done by our producer, Nwabata. Thank you so much. I pitch jokes just to make the room laugh.
I do. I think we all do that.
Yeah.
I think we all do
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah.
we know it may not work for the show, but in the moment, you just got to say it out loud because it's funny. It needs to be said.
Yeah, I do as well. And I think it really speaks to Nikki's background and my background as stand-up comedians that sometimes you just want to make the room laugh. Former, class clown kid. Yeah, I love that.
I enjoy what if spirals that derail the meeting.
I don't. I
But you pitch them most of the time.
I know. I feel like, and as I'm doing it, I'm saying to myself, "This isn't going to work. Why are you saying this out loud? This is taking us off course." But I think there's probably room for everything. But I think as the showrunner, I had an idea of where I wanted it to go, and if we get too far off course, then I'm like, although we came up with some great stuff doing that, so I don't know. I guess I don't know what my answer is anymore.
It depends. How
It
about
depends.
depends?
It depends. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. It depends. As like a junior writer, as someone who's newer into like the writer's room, that's something I would definitely probably need somebody to reel me in to kind of like don't go too far off course. But I would love to do it all the time because it's fun.
Okay. I've accidentally written myself into a character.
All the time. I do 100%. That is part of why I became a writer, is because I didn't see enough women like myself. And I was like, I'm going to write myself into the world. I'm going to write myself into this industry. And so, yeah, I put a character that's me or someone that I can play in everything I write.
Yeah, I do. I agree. And Nikki, you said it. That's what Octavia said. You got to write yourself in. And when you pitched this show, this concept of women who are married to problematic exes, I was like, oh, I was married to a problematic white ex, and I would love to like work my, the time that I accidentally hit him with his own car into like this story. Like I would love to
Season
weave
2.
all of that. Season two. But yeah, I do definitely do.
Moving on. I base characters on real people.
It depends. Sometimes I think I borrow elements from real people, but I don't think I base them wholly on anybody in particular.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you're drawing from the real world in the same way that you're drawing, like if you're taking an improv class, where you're like taking these broad stroke archetypes of people that and saying, let's play around with, in their body for a little bit. So it depends.
I enjoy writing arguments more than romance.
I do. I love a breakup song more than I love a love song. I love to be able to, because I'm the kind of person, I'm not like Cheryl. I can't elegantly and eloquently cuss you out immediately. I have to like think about it and sit with my feelings and then come back 2 weeks later and say something to you. So when I'm writing, I'm like processing all of that emotion. Like, this is what I would have said, and it would have got you together immediately. So I love, yeah.
I think it depends for me. I think it depends on who the characters are, what the relationship dynamic is, where I am in the process of telling the story. Sometimes it hurts your feelings to have to write an argument. Sometimes it makes you feel like, but I love them together. Why are they arguing? And so yeah, I think it depends on what I'm writing at the time.
I think every show needs one chaos demon, chaotic character. I like to call them chaos demons. What do you guys think? Every show needs a chaotic character?
Yes, I do. I do think that. Yes, every show needs a chaos character. You need that one character who does the Cheryl Bedford thing and tells the truth. You need that one character who, consequences be damned, does whatever needs to be done in the moment. And yeah, like I think you need that chaos character brings the fun. Chaos character brings the energy to a show, brings the energy to a scene.
Yeah, I agree. I do. I think that it adds the same texture in a scene as it does to life. Things are only going to go as swimmingly as they're going to go for as long as they're going to go. And then something's going to pop up and throw everything askew. So I love to see that, in the writer's room as well.
I thought, in quotes, this scene needs one insane line.
I do. I can't think of what the insane line would be in this show, but I do think there's got to be that soundbite that quotable thing that that people come back to over and over and over. So, there's so many of them in The Color Purple. You told Harpo to beat me, or woman ain't safe in a house full of men. Like, there's got to be like one sentence that people will repeat over and over and over because they watched your show.
Say hello to my little friend.
Exactly.
Jordan?
Yeah, I do. I love a catchphrase moment, but when I was writing for season 1, I did a lot of writing for the character May. And what I found so interesting about her character is she's this, Asian American type A overachiever woman, but she's also from the Bay Area. So I kept trying to sneak in weird, super geographical to the Bay Area, lingo and slang and Too Short moments. And Teresa was like, we get it. She's from the Bay Area. But yeah, I do. I agree. Yeah.
That last question was Nwabata, and she thinks that there is a line because she has seen it. Yes, spoiler alert, the entire team has seen all of the episodes. We're gonna wrap this up.
And also looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with for season 2.
That's what I meant to ask. Can we have are there any season 2 spoilers? Have you guys started? Can you give us a hint about what's going to happen in season 2?
We've had some initial conversations, but no, we're not giving you a hint. There's nothing that we can tell you ahead of time. You just have to wait and see.
Just like usual, my assistant's telling me what to do. But with that being said, I want to thank Nikki Bailey and Jordan Kauwling for joining me and Nikki Freeman today. We are so excited to bring you the Ex-Wives Club. Look for it on social media.
The Women of Color Unite podcast is hosted by Cheryl L. Bedford and Nikki Freeman, produced by Nwabata Nnani, and edited by Lauren Bonett. The music is by Oh Yeah, featuring Nayuta. Subscribe to the Women of Color Unite podcast to never miss an episode. If you want to submit questions or responses to this episode, you can send them to podcast@woceunite.com. Find the show notes and transcripts for this podcast on our website at woceunite.org, where you can also learn more about Women of Color Unite and sign up to become a member for free and sign up for our monthly newsletter. Please consider making a tax-deductible donation. Donations are what enable us to create amazing programs like our #StartWith8 career development program. If you're on social media, you can follow the podcast at WOCU Podcast, and you can follow Women of Color Unite at WOCUnite.org.
Please stay tuned and join us for the next episode of the Women of Color Unite podcast, because we telling it like it is.
We need rebels and troublemakers to stand out, marginalized with voices making us so proud.